Hello, friends from the comic and manga world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and we're here to talk to you about the our picks for the June 17th FOC that is coming up. G and I work for Penguin Random House, so the titles that we talk about in these videos are from the publishers that we represent into the international direct market around the world. Um, Also note that we're on social media. We are on X, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and also YouTube. And you can find us at PRH International Comics. So let's get started. And it's your first pick.
Yep, first up, Daredevil Woman Without Fear, issue number one. This is by Tran Nguyen, and this is the 1 and 25 variant. So Tran, I first encountered this artist because they did work with Elizabeth Lim on the Six Crimson Cranes cover. So if you're familiar with that, I've read that and very much enjoyed the story. Then you'd recognize the art here. So what's interesting is that they use like a combination of acrylics, but definitely, I don't think this does it justice. Would have to see it in person to take a closer look and zooming in. But they did use colored pencils, and the texture of that, you could really see that in the artwork. So very beautifully done. What's cool is that you have classic Electra like inside and then the outside Daredevil costume, which I think was really nicely done here and portrayed.
Yeah, very, very cool. And we continue with Into the Unbeing Part 1, Number 2. Um, Wait, is that? Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Well, this is the Hayden Sherman cover A, who's also the illustrator inside the book. This is written by Zach Thompson, and like I said, illustrated by Hayden Sherman. And this is a very cool horror sci-fi um, story. Takes place in the Australian outback, and it's a group of people going into this discover this landform, and the group of scientists go in and they discover very weird and horrific things. So one of those stories, and of course, Eric Thompson and both Eric Thompson and Hayden Sherman are veterans in the industry already. They've done so much work all across publishers, and this book is something that I'm very interested, looking forward to, because just the issue one just came out as time of this recording, so I haven't read it yet. But it's I love that the Hayden Sherman is doing covers with these big heads. I'm really looking forward to finding out what they are. So each issue has a different head with different horrific things coming out of their eyes and their ears. In this case, there's some kind of black goo, and you see the tiny person on the bottom, sort of like, oh, such a very scary scene right there. Um, so very cool, very neat. For fans of horror, this is right up your alley. Continue.
Next up, Godzilla Skate or Die. This is issue number two, variant B. This is the Junie Ba variant cover. I So basically, this is Godzilla wreaking havoc at a skate park in Australia.
Yeah.
And I like it because it reminds me of the Michelangelo's 16 chapel painting. So you have like the meeting of humankind and kaiju.
Yeah.
It is so cute. I love it. I just thought it was amazing. Actually, all of these covers have been doing like it have been knocked out the park because not pun intended, I guess, with that with these covers. So had to include this here.
Yeah, very cool. And then we continue with Star Trek Defiant number 17. This is the variant retail incentive 1 in 10 by Declan Shalvey. Shelvey? Shelvey? I'm sorry. This is very cool, very beautiful. Obviously, Declan is also a veteran in the industry. He's done so much more work, not just illustration, but he also is a writer. In this case, he did this cover with where you see the symbol of the Federation just getting destroyed, and you see a couple of ships. I can't really tell. I'm not a big Trekkie, so I don't know, recognize them very well. But and then you see figures. I do recognize Vulcans, so you see figures of three Vulcans on there, sort of there um, in the front, above a planet with the stars in the background. Oh, it looks so cool. It's such a very classic, but at the same time, very sort of new image for Star Trek and Defiant. And this is a very cool series too that has a lot of the you know the classic Star Trek, but also sort of it takes you through a new sort of side of Star Trek, and it's there's a lot of action in it. I read a couple of issues, and it's very cool. So let's continue. Yes.
Right, so you've probably been seeing these Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe variants. So with the film release approaching with Deadpool and Wolverine, and also as a tribute to Deadpool kills the Universe, that series, we have these covers, which are very hilariously done and interpreted by all these different artists. And so we have Namor issue number one by the cover art done by Joshua Cassara with Deadpool. I'm not sure if he caught Namor or used Namor as bait for something else to catch more. Uh, but it's really hilariously done. I just love how much fun these artists are obviously having when doing these covers. And then also on the next slide, we do have Scarlet Witch issue number two. And this one obviously is an homage to the House of M cover that Casada did, I believe.
I think
And
so.
I just love how it's like just puzzle pieces that the
Hmm.
fool is just like flinging around, which is really quite cool. So yeah, I forgot to mention that the Namor issue number one, it would be Jason Aaron writing for that, which is quite cool. And then for Scarlet Witch, we have Steve Orlando continuing with issue number two. So
Yeah. I love the little musical note, like he's
yeah,
la 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 la.
humming
Yeah,
or
yeah.
singing.
So, yeah. Next up, Usagi Yojimbo, The Crow, number four, cover B by the amazing David Nakayama. And the art is so beautiful. This is such an amazing. I love seeing David Nakayama doing his interpretation of Usagi. I love everything he does. We love everything he does, and we love him as a person too. So I had to pick this. I love that it's very David Nakayama, art style, but also you have all this background. I mean, like, I'm not saying that that doesn't do art with backgrounds, but he has a lot of like negative space empty backgrounds. And I love that this one has sort of the sun in the background with sort of a red sky, and you see some buildings also in the background, sort of shadows of buildings or and but this close up of Usagi just flying at you with his sword is so cool. It looks so amazing. So yeah, this is another one that I definitely love. Had to pick it. Yep. And then we always give you a little bit of news, and this time, recently Seven Seas announced that they licensed Todai Revengers, an omnibus manga series for the manga series. So if you don't know, and you look at this cover, by the way, this is not the final cover. Obviously, it has the Japanese characters on it, but if you say, wait a minute, this looks a little bit familiar. It and the name Revengers, yes, it is the official parody of Tokyo Revengers from Japan. and it's very successful. So Seven Seas licensed it to do omnibuses, and the first one is Volume One and Two, just the same as they have in English for the Tokyo Revengers. And the story of this um, is Michitaki Ichio feels like a loser, and well, he's a Todai Tokyo University. That's why it's Todai Revengers, Todai graduate, but he's got nothing to show for it except for a part-time job where everyone treats him like dirt. Then one day he gets into an accident, like any good, isekai, and he turns. Oh, sorry. One day first, he turns on the TV and discovers that his crush, the crush of his life, did she die? No, she's getting married. And he dies in a tragic bike accident, and it takes him back 7 years to the beginning of when he started the university at Tokyo University. And he decides, oh, you know what? I'm going to make different choices. I'm going to become cool, and I'm going to, quote unquote, save my the love of my life from a marriage and try to get her to fall for me. So of course, it's gonna be hilarious. It's really big in Japan. Now I think it goes beyond fans of Tokyo Revengers. I think fans of manga in general are gonna enjoy this. We'll have the first omnibus in English coming out this November. So definitely looking forward to this. It's gonna be awesome. So. And that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Like I mentioned before, we're on social media. So look us up on there at PRH International Comics in X, in Facebook, and Instagram, also YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the fun stuff. And we hope you come back every week so you can see what G and I pick. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye, everyone.